So, let's dive into the fascinating world of New Year's resolutions. Did you know that this tradition dates back over 4,000 years to the Babylonians?
Wow, 4,000 years. That's incredible. What were their resolutions like back then?
Great question. The Babylonians would make promises to their gods at the start of each year to pay their debts and return borrowed items. They believed that if they kept their word, the gods would bestow favor upon them for the coming year.
That's so interesting. It's like a spiritual contract. But how did we get from those ancient promises to our modern resolutions?
Well, over time, the practice evolved. Today, resolutions are more about personal goals and self-improvement. However, the core idea remains the same, setting intentions for a better future.
Right, but it seems like a lot of people struggle to keep their resolutions. Why do you think that is?
That's a common issue. Many resolutions fail because they lack a clear plan or are too ambitious. It's like trying to run a marathon without any training.
So true. I remember setting a resolution to learn a new language, but I didn't have a plan and it fizzled out pretty quickly.
Exactly. It's crucial to break down goals into manageable steps. For instance, instead of saying, learn a new language, you could aim to practice for 15 minutes a day.
That makes sense. So, what are some of the popular resolutions for 2024 and 2025?
Interestingly, there's been a shift towards financial stability and mental well-being. People are focusing more on saving money and reducing stress, which reflects the economic and social challenges we've been facing.
I can definitely relate to that. With everything going on, it feels more important than ever to focus on financial health and mental peace.
Absolutely. And it's not just about cutting back on expenses or stress. It's also about finding balance and making sustainable changes.
Like incorporating mindfulness practices or setting a realistic budget, right?
Exactly. It's about creating a holistic approach to well-being that integrates mental, emotional, and financial health.
I love that idea. It feels more achievable and meaningful than just focusing on one aspect of.
And that's the key. Resolutions should enhance your life, not add pressure. It's about progress, not perfection.
That's a great perspective. I think I'm ready to rethink my resolutions for the new year.
All right, let's explore why so many New Year's resolutions tend to fall apart by mid-February. Have you ever heard of Quitter's Day?
Quitter's Day? No, I haven't. What is that?
It's the second Friday in January, which is statistically when most people give up on their resolutions. It's like the enthusiasm of the new year starts to fade and reality sets in.
That sounds about right. I think I've been guilty of that a few times. Why do you think that happens?
There are a few reasons. One major factor is that people often set vague or overly ambitious goals without a clear plan. It's like trying to climb a mountain without a map.
So, what can people do to increase their chances of success?
One effective strategy is to set SMART goals. That stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It gives structure to your resolutions and makes them more manageable.
Ah, that makes sense. So, instead of saying get fit, you would say exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes.
Exactly. It provides a clear target and a way to measure progress. Another important aspect is understanding the role of dopamine in motivation.
So, breaking down big goals into smaller ones can actually help maintain motivation?
Yes, it is. Dopamine is crucial for motivation and reward. When you achieve a small goal, your brain releases dopamine, which makes you feel good and encourages you to keep going.
I love that. It's like giving yourself little rewards to stay on track.
Precisely. Celebrating small victories along the way keeps the dopamine flowing and helps maintain momentum.
That's a great reminder. I think understanding the psychology behind resolutions can really make a difference in sticking to them.
Exactly. And it's also important to be kind to yourself. If you slip up, don't be too harsh. Just refocus and keep moving forward.
I guess breaking it down into smaller tasks would be a good start, right?
Absolutely. It's all about setting yourself up for success with the right mindset and strategies. Now that we've covered the psychology behind resolutions, let's talk about some practical strategies for success. What do you think is the first step in maintaining a resolution?
That makes sense. But what if you start losing motivation along the way?
Exactly. Breaking goals into smaller, manageable tasks makes them less overwhelming and more achievable. It's like building a puzzle one piece at a time.
I can see how that would work. It's harder to skip a workout when you know someone else is counting on you.
That's where having an accountability partner can be really helpful. Sharing your goals with someone else provides support and encouragement. It's like having a workout buddy who keeps you on track.
I love that idea. Celebrating small wins keeps the journey enjoyable and rewarding.
Exactly. And don't forget to celebrate small wins along the way. Each small victory is a step closer to your larger goal and deserves recognition.
A growth mindset. So it's about focusing on progress rather than perfection.
Absolutely. It's also important to adopt a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than obstacles.
That's really empowering. And what about adding positive habits instead of just eliminating negative ones?
Exactly. It's about embracing the journey and understanding that setbacks are part of the process. This mindset helps you stay resilient and motivated.
Dopamine, isn't that the feel-good chemical in our brains?
Great point. Adding positive habits can be more effective than focusing solely on cutting out negatives. For example, instead of saying stop eating junk food, you could add eat more fruits and vegetables.
I like that approach. It feels more positive and constructive.
Absolutely. With the right strategies and mindset, maintaining resolutions becomes a rewarding experience. Let's dive into some creative and meaningful resolutions that can really foster personal growth. Have you ever tried starting a gratitude journal?
A gratitude journal? I've heard of it, but I've never actually tried it. How does it work?
It's quite simple. Each day, you jot down a few things you're grateful for. It shifts your focus to the positive aspects of life and can enhance overall well-being.
That sounds like a great way to start the day on a positive note. What other creative resolutions can people consider?
Volunteering is another fantastic option. It connects you with your community and provides a sense of purpose. Plus, it's incredibly rewarding.
I can see how giving back would be fulfilling. And what about learning a new skill? That seems like a fun challenge.
Absolutely. Picking up a new hobby or skill can be both exciting and enriching. It keeps your mind engaged and can lead to personal growth.
I think I'd like to try learning a new language. It sounds like a great way to expand my horizons.
That's a wonderful choice. Now, let's talk about the role of parents in helping children set and achieve resolutions. It's important to guide them in setting age-appropriate goals.
Right, because kids might not have the same understanding of goal setting as adults do. How can parents help with that?
Exactly. It's about building a lifestyle that supports your goals and makes you feel good about the changes you're making.
I think these strategies can really make a difference in sticking to resolutions. It's all about making the journey enjoyable and sustainable.
Is key. Celebrating their achievements, no matter how small, boosts their confidence and motivation.
I love that approach. It sounds like a great way to teach kids about goal setting in a supportive way.
Yes, and it's also important for parents to model positive behavior. When children see their parents working towards their own goals, it sets a powerful example.
That makes a lot of sense. Kids learn so much from observing the adults around them.
Absolutely. By involving children in the process and providing encouragement, parents can help them develop lifelong habits of goal setting and personal growth. Now, let's shift gears and talk about financial resolutions. Have you noticed how there's been a growing focus on financial goals in recent years?
Yes, definitely. It seems like more people are prioritizing saving money and managing their expenses. Why do you think that is?
A lot of it has to do with economic challenges and the increasing awareness of financial stability's importance. People are realizing that managing their finances can lead to long-term security and peace of mind.
That makes sense. So, what are some practical tips for creating a realistic budget?
First, it's important to track your income and expenses. Knowing where your money goes each month is the foundation of a solid budget. There are plenty of apps and tools that can help with this.
I've heard of apps that categorize expenses automatically. That sounds really helpful.
Absolutely. Once you have a clear picture of your spending, you can identify areas to cut back and set realistic savings goals. It's all about creating a budget that aligns with your lifestyle and financial objectives.
And what about reducing debt? That seems like a big challenge for many people.
Yes, the snowball method is a great strategy. You pay off the smallest debts first, which builds momentum and motivation as you see debts disappear.
I've heard of the snowball method. Is that effective?
Financial tools, like budgeting apps or spreadsheets, can help you monitor your progress and adjust your plan as needed. They provide insights into your spending habits and help keep you accountable.
I can see how that would be encouraging. What about using financial tools to track progress?
Absolutely. The long-term benefits of financial wellness go beyond just having savings. It reduces stress, provides security, and opens up opportunities for future investments or experiences.
It sounds like having a clear plan and the right tools can make a big difference in achieving financial wellness.
Exactly. Financial health is a key component of overall well-being, and setting financial resolutions can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. As we wrap up our discussion on resolutions, let's talk about embracing a holistic approach to well-being. It's about looking beyond traditional goals like weight loss and focusing on overall health.
I think focusing on financial resolutions is a smart move. It sets a strong foundation for other aspects of life.
Mindfulness practices are a great place to start. Activities like meditation or yoga can help reduce stress and improve mental clarity.
I love that idea. It feels more comprehensive and sustainable. What are some resolutions that can enhance mental health?
Reducing debt requires a strategic approach. Start by prioritizing high-interest debts, like credit cards. Paying more than the minimum can help reduce the principal faster.
I've tried meditation a few times, and it really helps me feel centered. What about improving sleep hygiene?
Improving sleep hygiene is crucial. Simple changes like setting a regular sleep schedule, reducing screen time before bed, and creating a calming bedtime routine can make a big difference.
I definitely need to work on my sleep habits. And how about engaging in community activities?
Engaging in community activities fosters a sense of connection and purpose. Volunteering or participating in local events can enhance emotional well-being and create a support network.
That sounds fulfilling. It's amazing how these activities can impact mental and emotional health.
Absolutely. A balanced lifestyle integrates mental, emotional, and physical health. It's about creating harmony in all aspects of life.
So it's not just about focusing on one area, but ensuring that all parts of our well-being are nurtured.
Exactly. When we take a holistic approach, we create a more resilient and fulfilling life. It's about finding balance and joy in the journey.
I think that's a wonderful perspective. It encourages us to look at the bigger picture of our health and happiness.
Yes, and by setting resolutions that support holistic well-being, we can achieve a more integrated and satisfying lifestyle.
I'm inspired to rethink my resolutions with this holistic approach in mind. It feels like a more meaningful way to grow.
That's the goal. Embracing a holistic approach to well-being can lead to lasting positive changes and a more balanced life.